Top Smash here, welcome to a look at American Mcgee's Grimm. This game takes classic fairy tales and turns them nightmarish, or as the title implies, grim. Anyways, we'll jump in right after this rather substantial cutscene, which is a really important part of the game.
When a grown man has the gall to blame his dismal prospects on his deceased father and threatens to kill and eat his feline inheritance, he deserves whatever gruesome penalty fate can dish out. The sons of a humble miller divide his possessions before he's barely cold.
Let me use your ass to work the mill, and I'll share whatever profits may come our way.
Gladly. I knew father's ass must be good for summit. What about our brother?
Let him teach the cat to catch rats for his keep.
Oh, great. I hate rats. Not enough white meat. Thanks for nothing, father. Might as well eat the cat and slit me throat on a full stomach.
The cat, called Puss, being a far sight more clever than his new master, concocts a scheme to save both their lives. Master, don't despair. Get me a decent pair of boots, and I'll make our living.
Really, Puss? Okay, great. What size?
The cat, forever generous and altruistic, and if you believe that, I'd like to sell you some land in Xanadu, begins to deliver on the first installment of their salvation.
Ah, poor bunnies, ignorant of the pleasures, requirements, and deceits of this world. Come along with me, that you may see the light. This starts to sound fishy. What's he gonna do with all these rabbits? Puss knows just where to redeem this herd of cuddlies. I bring you a present, sire, from my master, the Mcgee of Carabas.
A warren of rabbits, how droll. Thank the Mcgee and tell him he does me a great deal of pleasure.
Oh, brother. Puss's master doesn't even know what a Mcgee is. Once he sets the hook, Puss plays the deeply loopy king before reeling him in. Oh, Majesty, thank heavens you've passed by. My lord, the Mcgee of Carabas, has been robbed of his clothing.
Tragic. Such a generous man.
What luck! The completely senseless Mcgee will not have to gad about completely naked. And the princess is quite taken with him also. Puss moves ahead of the carriage so he can further inflate his master's reputation. Listen up, you scum! If you do not tell the king that the meadow you mow belongs to the Mcgee of Carabas, you shall be chopped as small as herbs for the pot. Are you repressing us?
Indeed he is. Repressed by a flaming cat in boots, by your leave.
Rather. Just shut the hell up and do as I say. Very persuasive. What tact, what discretion. A natural diplomat.
Good mowers, hail. To whom do these fine meadows belong?
To my lord Mcgee of Carabas, your majesty.
Pussy's scheme relies on the king's ignorance of his kingdom's geography and people, as well as his willingness to be closely advised by a talking cat in unconventional footwear. And for Puss's final coup, he stops at a sumptuously decorated, if forbidding, castle where lives a rich and powerful ogre. I have been assured that you are able to change yourself into a lion or an elephant.
True that. I can become all creatures, great and small.
But surely nothing so tiny as a mouse. That would be impossible. Even for one of your great paws.
O ye of little faith.
A decent trick, but exploiting such a creature's vanity is so easy. Not kosher, really, but effective.
Welcome, Your Majesty, to the Carabas family home.
A vast and fine abode. And as my daughter appears to have fallen in love with your master, it will be his fault if he is not my son-in-law before this day is done.
They're purported to have lived happily ever after. I suspect I'm not the first to find something less than satisfying, let alone credible, in a secretly swashbuckling feline. What say we craft a scenario that befits the cunning and courage of the cat? When the old miller kicks off, he leaves his paltry estate, a distressed mill, a dumb donkey and a tomcat, to his 3 worthless and mean-spirited sons. There's bound to be foul play afoot. Let's make it fouler. Make it nasty. Do it now!
So hopefully you guys enjoyed that, because that, I'd have to say, is probably the best parts of this game. The telling of the stories. It's got this nice narrator, Mr. Grimm here. And tells the stories rather interestingly, along with stories themselves being interesting. So it's pretty cool. Character Grimm is like really grim. It makes sense. He's very cynical. Anyways, let's start talking about the gameplay. So as you can see, walk around, turn things grim. I'm gonna use that word a lot. And as you make things more grim, the bar at the top increases, and then you're able to convert larger objects, similar to Katamari Damacy. I'm not certain the original name for that game. I feel like Katamari Damacy might be like a sequel. I'm not certain. So you have pretty much walk around, but you also have other things like this. If you stand still, he'll piss, and then you can jump to it for some reason. It's a rather useless skill, but you also have the ground pound, which is more useful. It can stun these guys who clean the place, and it also has a rather large AoE effect that can convert stuff. Also, as you increase in grimness, he gains better jumping capabilities and larger AoE from both just walking and the ground pound. As you can see as well, as you convert things, they drastically change, and it's pretty great how much production value this game has, both the storytelling and just the maps themselves. Unfortunately, this gameplay really isn't all that compelling. You're literally just walking around. I mean, it fits with the theme of the game and the intent. However, yeah, it's just not that fun. But then I suppose
Rotten.
could be forgiven because the storytelling is pretty great. Really enjoy that part of the game. In terms of like progression in this game, you pretty much you will either have to convert the people or go to a specific spot and do a ground pound after gaining enough nastiness, grimness, and then you will be able to progress the story. And on this particular map, that is up there, as you can see, it says "Make it nasty" by that mill, and then that'll progress the game. So, we'll go ahead and get up there right now, and we should get to Nasty pretty quickly once we get up here. Almost there.
But stomp it!
This is representative of every single stage of this game, so don't feel like really showing off more of this, because what you see here is literally everything
Good.
in the campaign, or in the story
but
base.
stomp away.
Words in the,
Don't delay.
I guess,
but
game
stomp away.
section of the game. So we'll just end this now, and then I'll show you this, I guess. Yeah, the game is pretty terrible like that.
Place I belong to.
Killing kids and stuff. It also has some references, as you saw there. It's like a reference to System Shock or something. All your base are belong to us. It's fusing words there. We'll go back to the main menu so I can explain what happens. So after you complete those 6 scenes, which are basically retelling of the story, except you're converting the story to be more grim or nightmarish, and then you complete all 6, and you unlock the Dark Theater, which is the theater version of the darker story. I'll leave that to you guys, because I don't want to like spoil it if anybody actually wants to play this game, because I didn't actually play the other 5 scenes. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this, you can go check out the first episode of this for free on Steam, and the rest of them are like $1 for each episode, or you could buy the entire game for, I believe, $10 on Steam. And I'll see you next time.